Shalom. I say all praises to Yahweh, Shem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS. And shalom to you disciples out there. So I've got this article right here from one of the local newspapers in London. It's released every morning during the weekdays. It's called The Metro. And I just stumbled across this when I was coming down to the camp. I thought it was interesting. I haven't actually read the article, but from the title, just leads to a lot of different things that leading up into these prophecies that are currently going on right now. So the title says, Terror Alert on New York and Paris subways. Yeah, I'll just read the first little bit. It says a terrorist plot to attack underground rail systems in New York and Paris has been uncovered, Iraq's Prime Minister claimed yesterday. So basically what's happening is, information has been loud now, that basically the whole thing with England, the United Kingdom, getting involved with the ISIS, debacle and all that stuff, was basically to give credence to the fact that America could go into Iraq and ultimately go into Iran. That's the whole reason why this has happened. Because by the UK seeing it as a serious thing, the American people stereotypically, whenever the United Kingdom takes something serious, they jump up and say, oh, it must be serious, because they're taking it serious. So then they lend their ears more. Whereas before you had Obama saying, look, I want to go into Syria, but they weren't down for that. But that's why they had to build up this whole backstory of ISIS terrorists being in the UK, distributing leaflets, or going over there and there's 200 different ISIS militants back in the UK prepared to bomb people, doing all different kinds of guerrilla, you could say, what you call it, man, internet marketing of ISIS by way of social media, say with Instagram, Twitter, all that shit was done by the CIA, man, and MI5 and MI6. The reason why is so they could go into Iraq. So that's the same. So them now saying a terror alert on New York and Paris is going to get who else involved? France. The guy is not called Francis Hollande no more. It's Francis Hollande. They're going to get him involved as well now. That's the main people they need involved. France, the UK, and America, man. And then everyone will, after they start going, everyone else is going to follow, man. And the main reason why this is happening is for prophecy, in the Bible. So I'm going to jump to this. Because really, what it is, America wants to get their foot in, what's this place, man? They want to get their foot in Syria. Because Syria is ultimately Iran. Iran, they want to be up in there. But Syria is a close ally, one of the closest allies in that region. They have all kinds, if you Google public relations, I believe.
These are like military pacts.
Military pacts. And they've got different things. They've got energy deals. They've got deals with silver. Many different deals altogether. Deals with military warfare, backing. So by them weakening one of their most powerful allies in that region, it will open them up to go up in there, man. And then by them going through Iraq, it's actually quite sorry, bro. What's this word, man? What's the word I'm looking for?
It's stabilizing?
No. It's obvious. Oh, slut. My words escape me, man. But it makes sense for them to do it, man. Because by them destabilizing, them calling ISIS ain't no coincidence. Yeah? Iraq and Syria. Because by destabilizing both those regions, they're close to Iran, man.
And Russia.
And Russia. And those are close allies of who? China and Russia. So it's all work. It all makes sense for them to do it. Okay? So now I'm going to get to this. This is Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, the 12 tribes of Israel, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, as are known today, were the true children of God, or the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai, who are the true Jews of the Bible. They're currently in captivity. Them Israelis, them gutter rat Jews, they ain't in no fucking slavery, man. They're putting oppression on everyone on the earth. Yeah? Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom I have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So the Lord's gathering all these nations together for what? For World War III. For them to all gather together into that valley of Jehoshaphat. The word valley means a lowland, and Jehoshaphat means Yahweh Shaphat in the Hebrew, the Lashwan Kodash, which means Yahweh Shaphat, meaning judgment, meaning his judgment. Him putting all those nations all together in one spot and judging them. Right now you got who? America, Russia, the Arabs, you got the Japanese, Chinese, all them nations. They're going to be down in that valley of Jehoshaphat. And those nations are known as the Edomites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Ishmaelites. All of those nations are going to be gathered down into that region, man. Let me just read this. This is Psalms.
All these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee lift up thy head. Okay, a tumult, yeah, it means they come together and make a great noise. By what? Debating with each other. What's the best way to deal with the children of Israel? Okay? And they that hate you, that hate thee, have lifted up their heads. That means they've grown into a position of power, man. That's why all these nations in the UN, you don't have no nations representing the so-called Negroes, the so-called Hispanics. And if they are, they're all puppets. The Native Americans, they got a seat up in there. You got white people calling themselves Americans that claiming that are delegating what goes on in America, man. So our people don't have a voice, but our enemies have a voice together, a tumultuous voice, which is about bringing us down into the depths of hell. Yeah. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They're crafty counsel. That means that they've cancelled together in craftiness, in darkness. Signed with the Illuminati, the 12 banking families. They've come together and they thought the best way for us to deal with these Negroes, Hispanics. They're full of things like eugenics. They're full of things like hip-hop music. Because that ain't doing our people no benefit. Drugs, education system. Because you got people that call themselves getting a degree and shit. They might have a decent job, but you ain't moving, progressing forward among your people. You're progressing forward in this society until you smash bang into that glass ceiling and realize that you're just a nigga. Yeah?
And that happens anywhere you go.
Anywhere you go, man. So
and if I could say this,
yeah, go ahead, bro.
Even like take them stupid dumb niggas that become Muslims, them Arabs don't say, well, you're a Muslim, but your nationality is you're an Israelite. Yeah. Because they're scholars, they're deep scholars, they're imams, they're imams know the history, right? They know who the real Israelites are, man. But when you dumb niggas, how come they don't teach you dumb niggas that you're Israelites? How come they don't say, well, you know what, you guys are the children of Israel, but you got to be a Muslim? Nah, they don't. That's the one thing that, and no nation out there is gonna. They have the records, and they're not gonna put that out there as a public thing for you to know, because they know that there's power in that, man.
Right. That's why I'll read this again. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They've come together and consulted together against who? The hidden ones, the nation of Israel, because they want to keep our nationality a hidden truth. By them doing it, the only thing they'll do by telling us our true heritage is empower us, man. And they don't want that to happen, man. Yeah? Okay, read it on. Sorry, bro. Don't speak, we're doing something right now. Ask them.
Do you have a leaflet?
No, we don't. But ask them if you want any information. We're recording.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah? Okay. They've said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That's the key backdrop to this whole thing, man. They don't want us to know who we are, man. It's empowerment, man. You can even go and read Judith, man. They knew what it was. They said, look, anytime these people get one with their power, then there's no way you can stop them, man. But when we take them away from that, they're easy pickings. So that's what they've done. They're taking away from our heritage, and what they're giving us. They're giving us hip hop, giving us Africanism, Pan-Africanism, all these different things. There's white people, Edomites behind on the back. These crackers, they're behind the door, and they're funding these different things. Why? Because it fuels that lie. They don't have no angst. They don't feel no way against that. Yeah. So reading on. Okay. For they have consulted together with one consent. Yeah. And it says the Hebrew word for consent is heart. So it's one mind. Yeah. They are confederate against it. That's the one mind. That's the only thing that brings them together. Because them fucking Moabites, they don't even like them fucking Ammonites, man. But they find common ground on what? The hatred for the children of Israel, man. Esau don't like no fucking Greeks. But what's his common hatred?
The truth.
The truth. They hate that, man. All of them fell short of getting that blessing. These Arabs don't like us. Why? Because they didn't get the blessing. So when any way you put it, man, the only thing it tells you in Amos, it says, how can two walk together unless they be agreed? That's their even footing. The hatred they have against the so-called black man and the so-called Hispanic man.
Can I say this? Because when Yahweh Shai returns, they know that's the catalyst for the one world order, man.
That's right.
Because they wasn't it I forgot which one of the presidents that said it, but
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan said about there being an alien force coming to take over.
Yeah.
Well, that was talking about Yahweh Shai. So at the end of the day, the one thing all these heathens have in common is they don't want Israel to rule.
That's it.
It's true.
That's it.
Even though they don't like each other, they fight for power among themselves. They'll come together because they know that we're the force, and therefore their elites, not the average, because the average one, they just got a hatred but without knowledge. Their elites, witches and warlocks, know that the powers they're really coming up against is the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which is the power of you Israelites, man. And them top witches and warlocks from all them different nations, they know that, man. You know?
Definitely know that, man. Okay. Now it says, verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, they're confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes. So Edom today is known as the so-called white man. Yeah? Ishmaelites are the Arabs, Moabites are the Chinese, the Hagarenes, the Hamites, Gebel and Ammonites is the Japanese. Amalek is the so-called Jews, man, them dirty gutter rats. They're against us on a fucking heavy scale, man.
Yeah, man.
You know? Because you check them out, anything they do, you got this guy, Seth Green, Family Guy. You watch that show, that's a fucking racist show, man. They'll be having innuendos of racism against
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. There's some next shit, those black bitch sentences. They're just playing our stereotypes, man. And they love doing that. But these Jews, you catch them one-on-one, man. I'd love to put them to sleep, but you can't. We gotta wait, man. But I'm saying that they're weasels. Like, they ain't a man you'd look at and be like, oh, it's driving up with a mighty man. They're real pieces of shit.
Yeah, scum.
But they got slick tongues. Yeah? And that's the true levels of a devil, the true characteristics of a devil, man, a forked tongue. Okay? The Philistines, Africans, with inhabitants of Tyre, Africans. Ashur also is joined with them. Ashur is Assyrians. And they're still there up in the region of the Arabs. But you got a lot of our people, because Elder Tar was bringing this up, you got a lot of Ephraimites, the northern kingdom mixed up within them, man.
Even southern kingdom too.
Yeah, because even Paul used to go up to Syria all the time. All our people used to go up to there, man. So, yeah. Also is joined with them, and they've opened the children of Lot, say Lord, the children of Lot, them fucking docile Mongolites, man. that can't walk straight. Penguin walking fucking guys, man. That's who they are. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. Midianites, they're mixing also with the Arabs as well.
They got fucked up.
Yeah.
When you read the story of the Midianites,
yeah.
they tried to disrespect, and they basically got destroyed, man. So that's what's gonna happen, man.
Right. Okay. It says, don't do unto them as unto the Midianites, and that's why they got fucked up, man. Even when you read, because you remember, it wasn't.
Because the Midianites, we fucked them up and took their women, man.
I'm thinking of Numbers 24, 22.
Yeah, Balaam. I think he was a Midianite as well.
He
Yeah.
was a Midianite doing it for
them Ammonites.
Yeah.
Yeah, that proves that we're gonna get their women.
That's right.
Because that's what we did to. You got these guys talking shit. Where in the scriptures does it say that we're gonna get their women? Well, hold on. The scripture says the Lord's gonna do unto them the same thing we did to the Midianites, and it's in the scriptures what happened to the young daughters of Midian.
Yeah. And it says in Amos 9, it says, and they shall possess their possessions. Well, the whole world was made for our sakes, so we're gonna possess everything, man. We're gonna possess the women of the other heathens, the best of them. Why not, man? It only makes sense. Any of you guys pass up on that, I'm gonna slide up in there and get anything you miss, man. Don't want no concubines.
They're gonna be dead, man. Man and Lord ain't gonna be passing up on royalties, bro. Man, I gotta get paid them royalties, son.
That's right, man. As to Sisera,
fucking
as
lesbians.
to Japan and the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor, they became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zeba and as Zulmuna. That's going into the history, man. All these different characters that got adopted, man, by our forefathers. You know what I mean? Okay. Who said, let us take ourselves the houses of God, the Most High, in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a will, as a stubble before the wind. And that's what's going to happen to them, man. They're going to be made a stubble by what? World War III. That whole Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Valley of Decision, they're going to be gathered together onto that place, and they're going to exterminate each other. Yeah? It's going to be a great firefight. Because it tells you in Isaiah 9 and 5, man, that this fight ain't going to be like garments rolled in blood. It's going to be with fuel and fire. So this is going to be a firefight with ICBMs. Yeah? Okay, oh, my power, make them like a will, as a stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth for wood, and as a flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with the tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Yeah, the Most High said he speaks with fire and tempest, man. He's going to make them afraid by speaking. It tells you in 2nd Ezra 15, he said, I will no longer hold my peace as touching on the wickedness that these people do, man. So he ain't going to hold his tongue no more. He's going to let it be known. And when he speaks, think back to Moses. And when the people desired, our forefathers desired to see the Lord, they made themselves clean, went up into the mountain and realized, look, man, shalom, bro. They realized I ain't trying to fuck with that, man. I'm trying, Moses speak to us.
Terrible, man.
It was terrible, terrifying. All they saw was that ID4, man, Independence Day. You saw that fire in Ezekiel, the fire folding in with itself, the clouds, and then you saw the chariots come out, the great horn blowing, the ram tool, deep bellowing. Then you heard the Lord come with the fire and tempest. Those people
vibrate your spirit, man.
That's it, man.
Baseline.
The earth would have been quaking. It would have been like, yo, man, now I know why they said Allah Shadja, man. Terrible, demonic-like power. Because he's terrible. Okay? So it says, oh, my power, make them like a will, as a stubble before the wind. The stubble before, when you have a stubble before a wind, the wind flow is saying all these nations together are going to be like the dust of the earth. When a great wind blows, and they get carried away. Yeah? And that even goes hand in hand with Daniel 7. There was a great stone cast out, and it smoked the legs of the statue, and then the whole statue was taken away as the chafe of a wind.
The boys.
Boys in blue.
Yeah. Go on,
I'll continue though, man.
They're alright.
As the fire burneth for wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. That's what he's saying. They're going to be burned up previously as the fire burns the wood. Yeah? Okay? So persecute them with thy tempest, with thy voice. And who's the word, man? When you project your voice, you speak words. And what is the words of the Lord's mouth? The word is who? Yahushua, man. So that's what's going to happen. He's going to send forward Yahushua, man. They didn't really say nothing, innit? It was a pointless
I think someone told him some bullshit, innit?
That's it, man.
As usual.
Hey, Acts 13, man. You know, we do the works of the Lord. They can't do nothing against us, man.
Because if you come against the power.
Okay. As a fire burneth for wood, as a flame setting the mountains on fire, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. The Lord's gonna send back Yahushua, man. This World War III is gonna go down. The firefight's gonna immense. Nations are gonna go against each other. But in the midst of all that, we're gonna be taken into the chariots. America's gonna be taken out. Then the Lord's gonna get up in the mix. After all them powers, like Ronald Reagan said, when all them powers get together, they see a foreign enemy, an alien and well, it is alien to them.
It is alien.
An alien threat. They're
From the spirit world. Foreign.
The spirit world.
Foreign.
That's it. They're gonna jump up and come together and come in one cahoots and start
that's in,
trying to get together, man.
2nd Nation 13th chapter, man.
Oh yeah, I get that.
That's it. I could already see the spirit was taking it.
That's it, man. Always have to, Yahushua, man. 2nd Ezra 13 and 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night. Okay, this is Ezra saying he dreamed. When you read this whole book, Ezra was undergoing many dreams. And he was in the wilderness, he had many dreams of spiritual revelations. Okay, verse 2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled when they were seen under him. That's Yahushua, man. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice. Like the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Like you take a piece of paper, you say a light. That's what was happening to these people, man. No? Okay. And verse 5, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. The man that came out of the sea was Yahushua. And it's talking about these nations. They're going to gather together the remnants of the military might of the heathen. They're going to gather themselves together and they're going to try and fight against the Heavenly Father's Son, Yahushua, man, the deliverer, along with the elect of the nation, man. They're going to try and go to war with it. Okay? But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. That's right, so he graved himself a great mountain. What was that great mountain? Talking about a chariot, man. He had a great chariot that basically, if you look down the road there, you wouldn't see the end of it. If you look down the road there, you couldn't see the end of it. If you walk down, we're on Oxford Street, if you walked up to the night town and where you got the junction, then you take a left or right going to Regent Street, you get down to BBC over there, you get down to Piccadilly Circus, you look up again, boy, you're still seeing that chariot. You can't, the measure of the length, the measure of that chariot is so great.
Remember that thing they saw at the sun, man? They had that image that came out that they photographed of something feeding energy of the sun, man. and they said that shit was massive, like almost as big as the earth.
Yeah.
And you never know, the chariot of the Lord might be that big, man. You don't know how big, so big, like you're like, what the fuck, like, you know, it'll be like another planet, like it's right there, like bigger than the moon, just coming close, man.
Clips in this shit.
So you definitely ain't gonna see the end of it, man. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be past the horizon and shit.
That's it, man.
Shit.
Block out the sun, man. But I would have seen the region or place whereat the hill was graven, and I could not. So like I said, you any means of, you could jump on a bus and go all the way down to Acton. Jump on a bus, go down to Hackney. Jump on a bus, go somewhere anywhere. South London, you could go down to Clapham Junction. Anywhere in London, man. We're talking about a good 5 months. You could go outside of London, outside of M25. You're still gonna see it in the same way, in the same measure. It's gonna be that great in magnitude where you see it in the heaven. Alright. After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet does fight. That's right, because they when they saw the Lord, they saw that power. They thought, what is this, man? We ain't never seen nothing like this. But they said, look, fuck this, I'm gonna fight anyway, man. The Lord put the spirit on them, made their hearts hard, man, like he did with Pharaoh. Okay? And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and about his tongue he cast sparks and tempests. That's right, so the Lord, he basically vaporized them from the forest, man. He just made them into dust. Like you got War of the Worlds, where them people were just getting, basically all the water was taken out of them by them hot laser beams
Thunderbolts.
of fire. That's, yeah, the thunderbolts.
The hot thunderbolts.
That's what's gonna happen to the people. Because they're gonna make the first move, they're gonna be like, fuck this shit, man. He saw their violence toward him. He didn't flinch, he didn't get wary. He just said, okay, cool.
Fire.
Innit? Dust. Ashes to ashes, as dust goes back to the earth, man.
Flawless victory. Go on.
And they were all mixed together in a blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So even Esdras was afraid by the sight of this, man.
But it's gonna be, Esau's gonna have all them hardcore weapons still. Bombers and fighter jets, stealth fight bombers and scalar weapons and all kind of fucking shit, laser beams but he's just gonna get obliterated, man. And they show you that in that film, what's it called? With John Travolta and Battlefield Earth, man, which that film flopped. But that's because that film was showing a lot, man.
Yeah.
And in that film, he basically wanted to prove to the Edomites that they had no chance and he should just be in slavery. And then he went and showed them, look, it took us like an hour to destroy your whole defense for your whole planet. And that's what it's gonna be like. You're gonna be taken out so easily that everyone's just gonna know. Even with all this technological advancements, you got scalar weapons, you got atom bombs, neutron bombs, every bomb-buckler secret weapon you've got and all that shit you got, and the Lord just gonna take you out like you wasn't there, man.
Yeah.
One time.
one time, man.
It's gonna be a good fight until the Lord touch you one time.
That's it. And it says, verse 12, afterward I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him an other peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and others some of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I waked and said, Thou hast showed thy servant wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. That's right. So the Most High showed these things to Ezra, where he saw the elect being gathered together, man. Also, he had some people out there that are going to be gathered into slavery, man. That's why they were sorry.
That's right. And you know what, man? A lot of you people that you talk shit to the prophets, man, like, or made comments on the comment boards, man, we gonna see you, man. The Lord might have it where you survive, man, and we're gonna see you there, man, among them captives, man. A lot of you motherfuckers that we work for, that thought you were fucking shit, the Lord gonna ironically make you end up working for us, man, building our yards, man. And we're gonna fuck your shit up, man. You're gonna be begging for mercy, man. You're gonna be begging, man, for respect, man.
I just want to read a couple snippets from this Bible, this article. Alright, when you go on down, it says
Fuckers and bad noise, man.
It says the country's leader, Hadir al-Abadi, did not know if attacks were imminent and said he had passed details of the plot to US and European intelligence agencies. He said those behind the threat were not Iraqis. Added, some are French, some are Americans, but they are in Iraq.
Yeah, so yeah, like the brother said, man, what they're doing is they're setting up that boogeyman.
Yeah.
They're setting up basically the thing where everyone it can be a potential terrorist or combatant. So you gotta have martial law, you gotta have everyone chipped, you gotta trace and track everyone, because everyone, basically the enemy is amongst us. You hear me? So if basically it used to be in the ancient world where it was clear who the enemy was. Now there's no clear enemy. The enemy could be anyone. So basically for that reason, everyone needs to be manhandled and controlled. Everyone. It used to be like, oh, this guy's British, he's one of us. Now it's like he couldn't be. He might be a Muslim. Yeah. So we gotta fucking put a chip in him to make sure he is who he says he is and he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
You even have so-called proper fucking British folk, and they're getting involved in Islam, man. They're turning over into Muslims.
They're getting paid.
Yep.
But a lot of them guys, they're sending them over there, man. They ain't really over there, man. They're getting paid. They got paid money. It's easy to find a dickhead and offer him 50,000 to pretend to be a Muslim for a year, man. It ain't hard. It ain't that hard.
Shit ain't hard.
Shit ain't hard. To find someone to play a role, you go and you give them some cock and bull story. Yeah, you serve your country, be a double agent.
And they were really sitting on me like, shit, I'm getting paid for this anyway. Fuck it. And I'm serving the country. You know? Reading on, it says, he said that those behind the threat were Salah. Following the announcements, New York's police department said it was aware of the warning and was working with the FBI and other agencies to assess the threat. So they're already up on that knowledge, man. They're already privy to that information. So, and why not? Because they made it anyway, man.
That's it. If it happens, they're the ones that are going to do it. They're not going to wait for someone to act. They're going to make it happen on their terms. Hey, that's the devil for you, man. See, he's setting, hey, bro, can you get me a scripture real quick, man? For you motherfuckers, Ezekiel, the 21 and 9. Hey, cause we've been saying it for a long time, and the Lord said it. The Lord said, man, a sword is being prepared for you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. They've done prepared for martial law. They've done got the weapons. They've done got man training to shoot zombies, training to shoot dissidents. That's them training the people, basically training up their military arms to come against you, man. And you Jakes out there think it's a joke, but the sword is being sharpened before your eyes, man. And they're gonna bring that sword down on your head, man. What's it, the sword of Damocles, man?
I'm gonna start with verse 8. Ezekiel 21 and 8. Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened, and also fourbish. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is fourbish that it make glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Yeah, you niggas are playing games, man. You don't understand why you're playing games. The so-called white man has built up a system to kill you, man. he's built up a system, different organizations, FEMA, different mercenary groups, different militias, different military units. Like over in the UK, they got a 10,000 strong man unit, which is gonna do the health cordons, man, and help the police issue that martial law. They already got that prepared. They've already done the, what's it called, drills. Which a drill is something you do in preparation to do. You getting sharp. The reason you do a drill is to get sharp. The reason you do shooting on a gun range is to get sharp. They call it a sharp shooter. They're sharpening their sword. For what? You Negroes, man, here in London and the different cities across the world, and mainly in America. You got, because everyone's doing it. France, they got, basically when you check it out, all these different nations are really running the same program. They might have a different name for it, but they're all running the same. Like the EU got the terrorist laws, and France and Britain and all these countries have to adopt those laws. Over here they got the Civil Contingencies Act. Over there they got executive orders and NDAA. Over here they got the same shit. They just call it a different name. But the outcome is the same, man. That when the shit hits the fan, they basically can put you to death for whatever reason they feel like. They could just say, oh, you was infected. They don't have to prove you were infected. They could just put you to death. They could say you're a terrorist. They don't have to prove, according to the laws, having a mobile phone with pictures on there is evidence of you being a terrorist, man. Who the hell ain't got pictures of themselves in a particular public place? They're saying that's an act of terrorism, man. They're saying that if you believe in conspiracy theories, you're a terrorist, man. You're as bad as an extremist, man. So basically, if you believe that Ebola was created in a laboratory, you're a fucking terrorist, man. You know?
Right. Should we then make mirth and contemneth the rods of my son?
Yeah, that's Jacob. As every tree, it's gonna cut you niggas down. To be fair to you niggas, you're gonna get caught up in this, man. And you're gonna get cut down, you're gonna get mowed down. The military in America are actually training to kill zombies, man. Zombies represent desperate people, man. That's all a zombie is. A zombie is someone that's hungry or trying to escape from something. Like in Liberia, there's zombies, man. They're trying to escape the health cordon, so they're gonna try to run through the checkpoint, and they're getting killed over there. They ain't really putting it on the news that heavy, but you guarantee. Why do you think Obama sent 3,000 troops over there, man? They're practicing, man. They're out there. Oh, that guy's he tried to break the martial law like a crazy man. He's getting put to death because he's desperate. He ain't got no food. He don't, or you don't want to be cooped up with a bunch of people who got Ebola. So of course you're gonna act crazy and desperate. That's all a zombie is. A zombie is a desperate person, and desperate times call for desperate measures, and it creates desperate people. And you're gonna act like a crazy zombie, man. You're gonna bum rush checkpoints. That's why they're saying, look, train against zombies. Really, it's talking about the American public, you niggas. Even other white people, man. And they're gonna, guess what? They're gonna open up those 50 calibers on your ass because they're gonna do what they were trained to do in that situation. And it's gonna be what does it mean like a sore slaughter? You ever seen what a 50 caliber? What's that film? You watched that film Save It Private Ryan, where that 50 caliber came running through, and you see guys getting hit in the leg, and the leg went missing. You get hit in the belly, you're getting split in half. Those are look at the scene where they you know the scene where they landed at the beach.
Yeah, they'll get dumped.
Them machine gun turrets they had to be 50 cals, man, because they were taking guys apart, man. That was a sore slaughter. You had guys with their guts hanging out. That's what's gonna happen to you niggas, man. And you're gonna be surprised because you're not used to. You're gonna be like, oh, the government ain't gonna open fire at us. They're gonna be like, return to your homes now. You have 10 seconds to turn around and return to your homes. And you're gonna have people there like, nah, man, they ain't gonna shoot. They ain't gonna shoot. And then what they gonna do? They gonna fucking shoot. And you're gonna start seeing people's heads coming off, man. Then you're gonna know it's real. Then you niggas are gonna wake up and realize they don't give a fuck about you, man. It's lucky, y'all.
Michael Jackson was singing that shit in the 90s, man. Niggas didn't want to listen to him. It says, while US officials stress they see no evidence to back up Mr. Abdi's claims, one expert said Iraq, well, yeah, they ain't no, all these things don't have no evidence, but they're going to work on the fear-mongering of it. If he's saying it's got no evidence, why the fuck is it on the front page? That says it all there already, man. They're trying to work up that steam, that smoke.
Yep.
So they can, smoke and
Every little thing that happens, they're making it into a big deal.
Yep.
Like some Muslim kills someone, beheads someone, in Oklahoma, and it's frontline news. People are always getting beheaded in America, man. What the fuck? On the border, they find fucking piles of heads, man. And one bitch gets beheaded, and they make it into a big thing.
Okay. It said, one expert said Iraq has supplied reliable information. Since when how are you gonna have some fucking Iraqis over? They can't even control their people, but yet they got reliable sources that know that there's Americans.
Yeah, just like the yellow cake and the weapons of mass destruction.
Well, bitch, you cooking? That's what it's gonna be, bro. These men are just blatantly lying. Reliable information.
Well, you don't get to see it though.
That's it.
Just like with Syria, they said, oh, we got evidence that the chemical bombings were taken out by Assad, but we can't show you.
That's it. But then they even found out as well, they let the information come out, oh, it was the rebels that did it. But they ain't even bring that back up, saying, oh yeah, the rebels back then were chemical, because they work how they please, man. Okay?
Because they say, who can control me, man? Well,
Iraqis have reasonable intelligence. Okay? Reasonable information.
oh shit, man. This trying to curse man's out. She just want to get the hard rod, man.
Get bent over and she know what time it is for a woman. Now they even got this geezer, man. This is, you know his name, bro.
Oh yeah, oh he was on the fucking
news the other
yeah.
in the pub, innit?
Yeah, and this dude's a straight up Sharia law for UK, which that group was disbanded and they had to change the name, and he was friends with Anwar al-Awlaki, which was number 2 in Al-Qaeda, man. But this guy's always on TV appearing and shit, man.
They had him on Sky News and shit, BBC, all the main Steve Murdoch's fucking news company. Rupert Murdoch, sorry, Steve Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch. He ain't got shit, man.
Not that nigga, that nigga motor mouth.
But Rupert Murdoch, he's all of his businesses, man. And you know who he's aligned with? He owns Fox News and CNN, all those kind of news stations.
Well, how come that dude is not in a black site, man? How come he ain't getting brought up on some terrorist charges, man?
Hey, this guy had a documentary on BBC, you remember that?
Yeah, Sharia, my brother the Islamist.
Yeah.
And them same dudes got arrested at the motherfucking Olympics, man.
I see. So you know he's the
but he didn't.
That's it. Like you got these local drug dealers, because this is a good example I can use. They're big time snitches. The feds got everything in them, man. They know all the information. They're just feeding them. It shows you in that movie on Rock and Roller. That Guy Ritchie film, I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't actually seen that one.
The head honcho, he was basically snaking everyone. He was snitching on his own guys.
But Shorty Bulger, the Boston Mafia, departed him.
Yeah, same thing. Them guys, the main dudes, are the ones that are sending out their soldiers. They're building them up, telling them, look, we need to push this Sharia law. What are you prepared to do? You prepared to get some bombs?
And they're stupid.
And then they feed them off to the feds.
But they never get arrested.
You know? Okay. Radical preacher.
Let me say this. These fucking Muslims in the UK ain't hardcore for shit.
Nah, they ain't, man.
Okay? They're out here, they drink. They don't want to go to Saudi Arabia and live, man.
They're in their rentals.
They don't want to go back to Pakistan.
That's it.
They don't want these Muslim women over here don't want no arranged fucking marriages. They want to drive Mercedes Benz and they want to go clubbing, man. They want iPods and they like the West. They love the fucking West, man. That's why the majority of these Muslims in England, they're coming out speaking against. Most of them motherfuckers in that ISIS parade earlier were against ISIS. Yeah. They don't want no extremism. Yeah. They just want to live their fucking life. The white man is the one creating the extremists, man. The fucking devil, man. But that's gonna backfire, man.
Yeah. Hey, and it's been backfiring. That's what they always say. ISIS is basically what? They say it came out of the people they trained before they left Iraq. So even on that level, it shows you that.
And they're not even blowing them up right now. They're all agents, man.
And the first bombing they did, the first strike, they said 9 civilians had died. All this kind of they can't even. If they were a boxer, man, they couldn't fucking punch for shit, man.
They wanted to really take them ISIS guys out. Them dudes were in broad daylight. Them motherfuckers have got satellites, man. Them guys ain't got no equipment to stop satellite. They got an army that they're moving. It's a simple case of some hellfire missiles on target, and them man would have been finished, blood.
That's it.
They didn't want to take them guys out, but they want to use them to bring this terrorist thing, and then so they can label everyone a terrorist, man. That's why they got a black one that they had on the news the other day, saying it, and they had his mum crying, and now they're saying they got to deal with these extremists, man.
Now this dude is I just gotta read this, man, because this just proves he's an informant, a paid informant to the government, man. What sense is the British wing of Al Mahajuni group was founded by Jim Chowdhury. Yeah, that's Chowdhury there, my man. Yeah. Agent, Asian provocateur, all them.
Hey, even in that program, my brother the Islamist, he never turned up to none of the protests. He was speaking via mobile and a mic. It's a fucking joke, man. And that dude's getting bare money from the government.
Yeah, funding, man.
Bare money. He's got a big ass house. He's getting bare benefits, man. And he's a fucking terrorist, yeah.
Innit? It says Ajim Chowdhury, a hate preacher, Omar Bukhari Muhammad in '96.
A hate preacher.
Fervently anti-Western.
Then what's he doing here?
What's he doing here?
Because I've seen him in an interview saying he ain't against the British government because the British government is providing him his freedoms and his liberty. He said that in a CNN fucking interview, man. Fucking agent, man.
That's where it is. That just shows you that this guy
double tongue,
man. Why would you be here? And that's how you know all these fucking Muslims ain't worth fucking spit, man. Because they're over here in the West. This is the country that's persecuting you.
Yeah, if you really want Sharia law, why don't you go to a country that has Sharia law?
Man, I'll be out of here, man. If I went pushing this word right now, I'd be lamping in one of them nice countries, man, with some nice exotic women, man, like usher rights and shit, man.
They ain't about that, man. Hey, the scripture said that after all these things do the heathens seek. The heathens are all about just making that money, dog. Yep. They don't give a fuck.
Reading on. Well, that's the point on that. Last week he said he had no sympathy for the kidnapped aid worker, Alan Henning.
Oh, you mean that the CIA report journalist?
Yeah.
The CIA journalist. Oh, ain't no fucking journalist. That's the best way to have. They even show you in the movies, man. If you want a cover to do covert shit, be a journalist, man.
Yeah.
Dudes was CIA, man. They didn't behead none of them motherfuckers, man.
Who was being threatened with death by IS militants. The hours before his arrest, Chowdhury 47 posted on the tweet.
Oh, he got arrested now?
Yeah, that's what it's saying. The definition of terrorism is more suitable for the US-UK policy of Muslim bans than those who are removing the oppressive regimes. The Met said the men aged 22 to 51 were arrested in a series of raids across London.
Yeah, that's them. That's all his boys. But guess what? Yeah. He's going to sneak out of that, man. Yeah. He going to be out of that. You already know. He probably out of that already, man.
That's it, man. Yeah, that's the point on that, man. But
that dude should be in Guantanamo Bay. He should be in the black site, man. How come he ain't there?
Well, he's like a bigger name than
he's always connected with these things, man.
Yeah, man.
He should be in a black site getting tortured to death. Why not? Because he already sold out, man.
That's the thing, man. But yeah, man, that's the point, man. You know that with articles like this, with for headlines like this, terror alert on New York and Paris subways, you know what they're heading to, man. I just gotta get this preset. You know where they're heading to? They're heading to World War, man.
Oh, you know what film you gotta watch, man? You remember that film fucking there was that film shit. You know the one where the guy was actually ended up being an alien, but he didn't know. I told you about that film.
You know, I was thinking of Terminator.
Nah, there was another one, Imposter. And in that film Imposter, there's basically aliens that are trying to destroy the last humans, basically. And the aliens have found a way to copy humans. And then basically suicide bombers.
Yeah.
And they show you in that how everyone had the chip. Everyone had to have the chip. And as you was walking past, the thing would the thing would read your chip and show your picture. And then to prove who you are, you had to be scanned biometrically, man. So it was showing you in that film, Imposter, man. They're gonna use this terrorist shit, and all these things are gonna be used to get the people chipped.
Yeah.
It ain't about Islam and none of that shit. It's all about chipping the public, get everyone to take that RFID microchip,
and
man.
that's the thing. It says terror alert on New York and Paris subways.
Ain't no-
That's the only way they can secure something like this, by having the people chipped.
Yep.
That's what they're pushing towards. They'll say, look, a thing like this won't happen. Because you remember, you watched that on my video. You got that, there's a clip, 15-minute short movie on YouTube called Plurality. Plurality.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it properly. But basically, it was called the Belfast Grid. It was set up in New York, where basically if your hair touched the window, your fingerprint touched, anything you touched,
It will read you.
It would read you, and your details will show up instantly.
Yep.
And then you could walk into a shop, all your details will come up, they'll be like, it was like YouTube for cookies. You know how YouTube has cookies and remembers what videos you watch, so it recommends. That's what it had in the shops, it had the cookies. Remembers what you're into and displays it again to you. So this whole plurality thing, it showed that the chip basically secures details, because later on in the story, they had a woman who basically got identified as a doppelganger of another person. For the
Through the biometrics.
Through biometrics. And they're like, hold on, there's one person with this identification over there, and there's someone with the same identification over there.
Yeah.
Both of you, you're going to have to
Get
bring
arrested
you in
and
and then sort out and figure out who is the doppelganger.
That's it.
But that's how they're gonna. That's the benefits of the chip, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. Yeah.
And that's what they're using it
That's
for.
what they're using this for, man.
Terrorize the people. There's an enemy among us that needs to be tracked and traced, man. And they're making it into these Muslims and all that, but it ain't really for Muslims. It's for everyone.
That's right.
Using them as a scapegoat.
It's a scapegoat. Exactly that.
They will always have a scapegoat.
Well, they always have, man. There was a black man for a long time
So
before.
you're Jewish, isn't it?
We're not Jewish. We're Hebrew Israelites.
Hebrews, alright. So what did you think about what happened in Gaza this summer?
I have to say, I don't really feel no remorse. If I'm being really honest,
Sorry?
I don't feel no remorse.
Really?
Do you know why?
Yeah, tell me why.
Because my people have been suffering since time began.
Yeah.
We've been in slavery. We've been in all of that.
Who's your people?
Hispanics and Native Americans on the side.
Yeah. So you think like your people have been suffering, so you think that's normal that this happened again and this time?
No, I don't
So-
think it's normal.
Yeah.
I just think that I don't have no remorse for your people because they never had no remorse for my people.
But my
No.
people, they do this to your people.
No.
They-
Well, your people have in the past.
Yeah, have in the past.
Yeah, the Arabs have
Yeah.
they put slaves, so-called
Yeah,
blacks.
we have, yeah.
But I'm also
Still today.
saying, and still today,
Still to this
they
day.
still have, you still have people from Eritrea, they're probably Jakes, and they're trying to find a better life.
Saudi Arabia,
Saudi Arabia,
in North
they're
Africa,
enslaved.
they're killing black people in there too.
And
No
on top
one was
of it,
talking about that.
Everyone's going across the whole world.
Yeah.
Whether they're black, white, brown,
but that's the thing.
yellow.
But look at it
what
like
we have
this.
to do, we have to find that
No,
source.
not we. I know the source.
Hey, the source, the
It's like-
so-called
it's like-
Jews.
The so-called
You know
Jews are
your
the source.
source, I know my source.
But I have to say, you have to understand this. Think of Muhammad Ali, you know these people, Malcolm X. They said, look, we need to sort out our people, but we can sort out other people. I'm going to sort out my people.
Yeah.
And then when I come to your people, I'm going to want to administer my power upon your people. I don't want to be evenly yoked with your people. I want power for my people.
Yeah, but
And that's how think about it. When you go in history,
no, because
that's how
God
every
created
kingdom was.
everyone. So how you can say my people, your people? We're all one.
That's
We're
a
all-
lie, man.
How?
That's a
We
lie.
all come from
When has that
Adam.
ever happened, though? So what? There has always been different people.
there's always been different
From the
people.
beginning of
Yeah,
history,
but
that
it's bad,
God
it's
created.
separate.
God created different people. You had Ishmaelites, you had Israelites, you had Ammonites.
God created that one person with everyone else.
Yeah.
But then, okay, you
And it's
said
Yeah,
bad
but-
to be
but
racist.
who's the
It's
one
bad to-
person?
But still, it doesn't matter. He still created different people. Even in your Quran, it mentions different people, doesn't it? So we're not all the same.
Treat those people with respect how you want to
Oh,
be
by
treated.
putting them in slavery.
But that's the thing, that's
Yeah?
it.
Marriage is perfect, not me.
Okay, well, you know what, man? We don't deal with religion. We deal with people.
Yeah, so the religion is perfect, not
opinion,
the
that's
people.
opinion.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Our
So
people that
you
bad,
asked
not
about
for
Israel.
that.
Well, we
That's
don't.
why I just like
First of all, we're not associated with them
That.
Zarats.
We don't.
They
don't
stole
like
our
them, man.
identity, man. We don't. They're our worst enemy anyway.
They're everyone's enemy.
Well, they are.
Where they are.
They are there.
That is true. So we're not with them, but at the same time, we're not with the Palestinians because that's not their land either. They don't have a right to that
Their
land.
land, their land.
For you, because you want to side with them. But it's the land of the Israelites.
No, it was Jewish, Christian, and Muslim.
No, it's
there
not Christian.
Before this thing called
yeah.
Israel was created, what was it called?
The land of Canaan.
No, it's called Palestine.
Palestine.
No, it wasn't
No,
called
it wasn't.
Palestine.
It was
No, it
only
wasn't
called
called Palestine.
Palestine.
The word
Yeah,
Palestine
but
comes from the
basically,
Philistines.
Who were living there? Who
From the
were living there?
Philistines.
And the origin.
But it was known as the land of Canaan because the Canaanites lived there. But God gave it to the Israelites, and that's
our
it.
land. That's our
You want to
land.
talk about God all the time? Well, who did God give it to?
Yeah, but God, he said that people who did follow Ibrahim alayhi salam, they're not allowed to go there. They're not
I'm sorry?
allowed to.
Say that again.
Told
They're not
Abraham.
allowed to go there.
Who's not allowed to go there? It's the holy land for the holy people. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, but
they don't
in the
follow
Torah
him.
itself, it states that
What
there's
does it
no
state?
promised land for the Israelites.
Nah, it doesn't. Nah, mate.
So
You're
how
going
come-
off there.
How come there is some Jewish? They not go back there, especially because they know that they're not allowed to.
Well, first of all, the real Israelites, we're in exile from that land, and we're going to be brought back to that land according to prophecy by who the world calls Jesus Christ. That's why what we're waiting for. The real Israelites ain't really supposed to be there because we're in
God
exile.
says Jesus Christ. Who's your Jesus?
The real Jesus in the Bible,
What Bible?
the Holy Bible. There's only one Bible.
There's only one
Ain't
Bible.
no Christian Bible. There's only one Bible.
The Bible, as in the Old Testament, yeah?
The Old
whole
Testament
Bible.
and the New Testament. That's the
Forget
whole
New
book.
Testament, but the Old Testament.
Yeah,
Old
The
Testament.
whole thing
Old
is one
Testament is the
book.
real thing.
Yeah,
No, the whole thing is the
New
real thing.
Testament. Okay, I ask you this. Why is the New Testament not? Why is
But
it?
there's a lot of contradictions within
What's the
Name
contradiction?
one.
Name one.
I can't. I'm not that.
Well, then you can't say that.
I know.
You can't say that.
But I'm not in that.
Do you know that in the
state
New
to do-
Testament, it practically just quotes the Old Testament all the way through?
These guys are the real Jews, not the Zionists.
Yeah, alright, brother. Alright, man. Alright. I hear that, man. He knows something. He knows something. He knows something. See, that's what you're gonna find out. See,
Everyone knows that,
you're,
No, they
no,
don't know who
Yes,
the real
Zionists.
Jews
Yes,
are. though.
Zionists.
They don't know who the real Jews are.
your elites know.
The real Jews.
Who
no
are the
one
real
has a problem
Jews
with
then?
them. No one has a problem with them.
But who are they? But who are they?
Zionism.
Though? But who are the real Jews?
People from the actual book, isn't it?
Yeah, but who are they today? What are they being called?
They can be classed as anything.
No, but you see, you don't know.
See?
Don't know.
Come on, that's a new.
Come on.
See,
yeah.
your elites know that we are the real Israelites, man. But they don't know you're not privy to that. See, because it's about nationality. See, you've been taught a certain philosophy, right? Which that's just what you've been taught, that we're all one.
I've been taught what I've been taught, but I do my own research and look into everything.
Okay, well, research this. The reality of men is you're gonna stick to your own. That's nature, and that's how the world has always been, and it's always gonna be like that. You're gonna be for your people, right? I'm gonna be for my people. That don't mean that I'm gonna bust your head because you're a different person from me. But if you do something to my people, I got a right to get revenge from my people.
No, that's understandable.
That's
how it is.
well, that's what we're dealing with.
That's what
But
we're
we're dealing with. That's it.
Because
That's
the Arabs had a part
in our going into slavery.
To us going into slavery. We gotta get our own back on it. And they still persecute our people.
So, them Israelis, what they're doing in Gaza, it ain't right. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Because it's not their land either. So they ain't got no business doing that. But guess what? That's their beef.
And guess what as well? Them
Yeah, but they're
Palestinians,
involved
let me
as
say this. Guess what? Them Palestinians come over here, they don't have no regard to us to so-called blacks, Hispanics, they ain't gonna come down to the ghetto and say, look, you guys are selling drugs.
They don't
Blah,
care.
They don't care about us, man. So we care about our people.
See, you care about them because you
That's your people.
you can
Relate to them.
relate to them.
Yeah.
But ain't no one cared about us all this time.
Alright,
Just care for
I'm Moroccan, I'm
human
African
Hey,
as well.
that's a lie, man.
Now you do.
Now you
You're
do.
getting oppressed. But before, no one cared.
No one cares, man.
If it ain't out of sight, out of mind, we weren't in your vision, so we
No
weren't
one
on
cares
your
about the
mind.
50 million aborted babies, man.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't care about that. The 50 million black aborted babies, who cares
In
about
America.
that? Yeah, who
It's
cares?
on purpose.
Okay,
Who
do you know-
cares?
I care.
Oh, you
I know
ready?
it, yeah.
Well, where's all the protests?
Hispanic.
Where's all the protests
Protests,
over there in
yeah.
Palestine for that?
You know what? I
Come on,
understand
man.
what you're saying.
Come
but,
on, man.
It's not being
No
like
one
that, then you're
cares,
gonna
man.
bring people to your side. It's not being
I don't
like
want to
that.
bring no one to our side. The point is, no one ain't on our side. Because
That's
what
why
you're
we
going to
don't
find
care
out,
about
yeah,
anyone else.
is that the real truth of the world is, every nation of people is fighting to be on top.
That's
There's
right.
never going to be equality, ever, because we're all
There's
different.
not going to be equality and there's not going to be wealth.
Yeah, but if everyone.
No,
if
there could be
everyone-
peace,
Nah, they
but
won't.
someone's going to have to be on top.
Someone has to be on
There's
top. for there to be
according to the
peace.
Bible, there's going to be peace when the Israelites are ruling, because we're not going to do like the so-called white man. He sets
All I'm
nations up
saying
to
is,
fight
yeah,
each other.
We're just waiting for the arrival of Prophet Jesus, yeah, and we'll see what happens then.
Alright, well, you know what, man. You know what, man. You know what,
We're
man.
grateful to be in his presence.
Hey, but you know what, man. You know what, man. That's all.